If you've worked with a Google Ads discovery, display, or video campaign over the last few months, you've probably noticed this setting at the ad group level to use optimized targeting. And when toggled on, Google may find people beyond your selected audience. In other words, they totally disregard your audience signals that you have set and look to find people that will ultimately convert. And according to Google, ads have seen an average of 20% more conversions by using optimized targeting. So if you're like me and skeptical of anything Google tells you, you might be wondering, does this actually work? Do you really get 20% more conversions using this optimized targeting? Well, I have been using this optimized targeting in a campaign now for a few months, about 3 months, I think, and it's spent nearly $12,000 with this setting on. So let's just take a look at it here and take a look at the performance and how many conversions are coming from the optimized targeting setting. Google actually breaks this down for us. Here we are at the ad group level in the campaign. I've just got one ad group in there. It's got all my audience and all my audience signals in there. One big broad ad group for the campaign. That's how I like to run things. And going back to May 16th when I launched this, so May 16th, June, July, August, a little over 3 months, it has spent nearly $12,000, $11,949.78, and gotten 528 conversions. So we've spent a little bit of money on it and we've got a good sample size. Now, if we come over here on the left and click on audiences, here we can actually start getting some breakdown. So this is our audience segment table. And if we click to expand it and show table, and mind you, when we expand it, I am going to cover some things up, just because I like to keep my offers and ultimate conversion events and websites and targeting. I do like to keep that stuff private. So with that expanded, here we can see all of my audience segments, but I've got those covered up. Here we can see total segments and total expansion and optimized targeting. So we just scroll over to the left a little bit. We can see that my segments themselves, my audience segments that I have set, have generated 377 conversions at a cost of $22.02 per conversion. The expansion in optimized targeting, the optimized targeting used to be called audience expansion for a brief period there, a year or two ago. With the optimized targeting though, that factor, that setting has brought in 151 conversions at $24.19. So over this entire period of time, it has added quite a few more conversions, nearly, I don't want to say 50%, about 40% more conversions I've gotten using optimized targeting. Now, over this long period of time since the beginning, the cost per conversion for the optimized targetings is slightly higher than the segments. But I would attribute some of that to the phase when it has to learn. So let's just toggle this back to the last, I was going to say 7 days. Let's go with a bigger sample size. Let's go 14 days, right? So at this point, the campaign has had quite a bit of time to learn. It's had a good sample size of conversions come through. And now we can see that the total from segments is 88 at $18.72. And the total from expansion and optimized targeting is 28 at $18.11 each. So it's getting roughly, it's a little more than 25%. It's gotten about 30% more over the last 2 weeks. And they're coming in at a lower cost per conversion than the segments I'm actually targeting. So what I'm seeing here is that at least in the discovery campaigns, the optimized targeting is working quite well. And I am rolling this optimized targeting setting out or toggling it on for my other discovery campaigns. Now, that said, notice that I am specifying discovery campaigns here because I did turn this on one of my video ads campaigns. And, well, the results are still to be determined, but at this point, they do not look promising. So I'm seeing very good results with the optimized targeting in the discovery campaigns, as I said. My video ads, though, and the one that I turned it on for on that, because I always move in small increments. I'm not like, oh my God, optimized targeting works. I niche it down. I'm like, all right, optimized targeting in this example was working for a discovery campaign. Let's add that to the others. But let's see what it does on one video ads campaign. And on that video ads campaign, it is not, it's really not doing anything. It's been on for a couple days and it's just kind of gone haywire and it's spending all kinds of money. But mind you, notice when I had this setting here to the beginning of the campaign, my cost per conversion was like $22 or $24. I forget what it was. In time, that's came down the more sample it gets. So when you're using that optimized targeting in the beginning, it's going to spend more money because it's going to be testing all kinds of things, trying to figure out where your conversions ultimately come from. So optimized targeting will waste money initially up front because it's got a bigger pond that it needs to get a sample size from. And I don't know what's going to happen with the video thing. I was going to say I'm optimistic in the optimized targeting. I will say I am optimistic for the optimized targeting in the video ads campaign as well. Ultimately, Google and their smart bidding strategies have worked. So on that note, guys, let me know in the comments below what has been your experience with optimized targeting setting. And if you found this video helpful and insightful, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. I'm signing off on this one.